Hello everyone, this is just a dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and show you how to set up for the first time this Dreame D10 Plus. This is a robot vacuum cleaner that mops and vacuums at the same time. It also comes with an auto empty base. So first, here's everything that comes in the box. We get a mop pad. The mop pad, you will have to take this on and off to clean it yourself, but it's very easy. It's just held on with Velcro, and the pad is just slides on and off in these little tracks. Now the nice thing about this is you're going to put the water right here. It says no solution, so just plain water. Fill it up with water right there. It has a pump inside, so it's not going to drip out if it's not being used. That's what that connection right there for is, and there's the little pump. So when it's in mopping mode, it's going to be pumping the water out to get the mop pad nice and wet. And there's 3 little holes where the water is going to come out. Now let's take a look at the robot. So there are these little bumpers, these foam blocks you got to take out so that the front bumper can move. So now the front bumper is free to move. This has LiDAR navigation. It does a really good job of mapping your house, and you can put no-go zones. So there is something spinning in there the entire time the robot is working. Let's take a look back here. This is the dust bin. So it's got a really large dust bin. So it's going to vacuum your house and everything's going to go into the dust bin. But then when it goes to the auto empty station, it's going to empty the dust bin out these 2 bottom ports right here. So it's going to fill it up, but when it comes back, everything gets emptied out. There's a port where air goes in, and then there's a port where everything comes out. And that's little door is held there with a magnet. So when the vacuum cleaner kicks on inside the base station, you're going to have suction. It's going to suck everything out this hole, and you'll have airflow into it through this hole. Now, once in a while, you will have to take this filter off and clean it. It is reusable, so you can rinse it off, let it dry out in the sun overnight or during the day, and then you can put it back in. And then we can see there's the holes in the bottom where everything's going to come out. We do have a little tool here that we can use to help clean the brush. It's got a brush tool if you need to cut the hairs off of the brush roller. All right, let's take a look at the robot. So the bumper's free. There is like a proximity sensor on the front. It's not for obstacle avoidance. For it to avoid an obstacle, it's going to have to, the bumper's going to have to activate, or the LiDAR. It's going to have to be about 4 inches tall for the LiDAR to sense it. So again, here's the bottom. Here's the drive wheels. Here's the brush roller. Now this all comes together. I'm just taking it apart. There is a small comb in there to help get the hairs off of the brush roller. Here's what the brush roller looks like. It's got a square drive. Put the square drive in first. Put that down. Here's what the door looks like. Put the feet in, the front feet. Push it down till it clicks. It does move up and down a little bit. Here's the sensor. Here's where the electricity is going to get to the mop pad. So when you got the mopping pad installed, it just clicks on. You do this with the robot flipped over. It's very easy to put the mop pad on and off. So it's going to wet the mop. Now the mop pad is in a fixed position. It cannot raise it up or down, but it can wet the mop pad with the pump. That's what that's for. But you can vacuum, like if you need to vacuum your carpet, you're just going to take this off. It's super easy. Just push these buttons right here and take it off. And now it can vacuum your carpet without worrying about getting your carpet wet. We have sensors here so it won't fall down your stairs. These are little windows. Once in a while, you will have to clean those little windows. We do get a side brush that comes in the kit. Now it's got a square thing. You just simply snap it on, line it up, and it snaps on. There's the charging ports. Now, I don't see any carpet sensor per se, but it does say it can sense carpet and increase suction. And then up top, we've got a power button and a home button. So if the robot is vacuuming and you're on a call and you want it to go home, you can hit the home button, the dock button, and it'll go home and it'll finish the job and go back. If you just need to pause it, hit the power button. Okay, so again, this is the docking station. The robot's going to come up here. It's going to charge the robot and auto empty. There is a sensor right here to help when it needs to find the dock to help it dock. There's a light on the dock. Up here, this is the dust bag. So once in a while, you are going to have to clean, or not actually clean it, but actually throw this, like replace it. This is going to fill up with everything that the robot's been picking up. You're going to get a new dust bag, put it in here, make sure you slide it in that little tray, and you're ready to go. Here's what the back side of the robot base station looks like. Here's what the bottom looks like. So there's where the dust is going to be collected and go into the dust bag. There are some screws, and I like that this is clear. So if you get an obstruction and it's not emptying the robot anymore, you can take this window off and clear the obstruction. That's a really nice feature. It consumes 1 amp, 120 volts, 50 to 60 hertz, 4 amps is what it consumes. Okay, we got to plug the cord in. Now there's no power switch. This will only go one way, so line it up, press it in, make sure it's in all the way. The cord is 3-prong and it's 6 feet long. Okay, so the robot itself is right at 13.5 inches. Let's do height now. Let's do to the top of the LiDAR. What's it going to fit under? So it's right at 3 3/4 tall. So the docking station is 15 inches front to back. Let's do left to right, 12 inches. Height-wise, to the top without the lid open is 15.5, but you do need to be able to lift the lid up 22 inches. So you're going to put the base station against a wall, and you want at least 20 inches on the left or right of it, and 60 inches in front of it, clear. Now what I like about this base station is when the robot is docked, okay, it can auto empty even if the mop pad is installed. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to put the mop pad on, okay, and it's not going to leak because it has a water pump, so it won't sit there and leak and just drip the water. But it can come back to the docking station. It can still auto empty everything here because the mop pad doesn't get in the way of the auto empty feature. And then if you want to vacuum just carpet, you can just come up here while it's docked and just press these side buttons and take the mop pad off. You can take this off, put it in your laundry, and that way it's ready to go for next time. And now it can just vacuum your house. And then when you want to mop, fill it up, slide it on, very simple. Make sure you get a click and a click on both sides. And again, it cannot raise the mop pad up or down. So when the mop pad is on, if the robot encounters carpet, it's going to go over the carpet with the mop pad. Now, there is no action with the mop pad. It's simply just as the robot moves, it's dragging it on the surface. That's how you get your cleaning action. Okay, I've got the base station plugged in. We're going to be scanning these QR codes with the app. I don't know why there's 2 of them, but there's a light here to let me know the base station has power. And when you dock it, it's going to turn the robot on. So you're going to want the Dreame Home app. Click a button up here. It should say Add Device. Scan the code. Now the top one is for the Dreame Home. The bottom one is for the Exiomo. So we'll cover that one up. That way. Okay, so it asked me if I heard the tone. Yeah, I heard the tone when it powered up. Now I got to press the 2 buttons to put it in Wi-Fi discovery mode. So press and hold those 2 buttons at the same time.
Waiting for the network configuration.
Okay. Now I can come up here. I heard the prompt. Next. And again, this only works with 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Okay, so I've got to connect to the Wi-Fi being transmitted. Swipe down from the top, long press, and there should be a Wi-Fi. There it is. I got to manually connect to it. Now go back to the Dreame app. All right, so it worked. I'm getting the 3 check marks. So you should maybe just leave the Dreame app open, swipe down from the top, and connect to the Wi-Fi. That robot transmits a Wi-Fi signal that the tablet or phone is going to connect to. And then it's going to establish connection. Then it's going to tell the robot, okay, now here's the Wi-Fi you really need to connect to. So it's going to connect to your household Wi-Fi in the future. It's not going to connect to your phone like that again, just during setup. That's the L10S. Here it is, D10 Plus. Comes with 30% charge. It is charging. That's a good sign. We need to do a mapping run. So this is the home screen. Click Go to Device. Now I'm going to leave the mopping pad off while I've already filled it up with water, and I pre-wet the mopping pad. That helps with it mopping. So I just ran a little bit of water over it. It's ready to go, but I'm going to leave it off while we map our house. Okay, so we got to organize. It says, you know, resume cleaning is on. Do not, those are two important good ones. You don't want this coming on in the middle of the night. They will. Fast mapping. Confirm.
Start mapping.
All right, so go around, make sure all the doors are open in your house. Pick up small toys, items. I typically put chairs where they're going to be, like when I leave for the night. So it's going to randomly go around your house. Again, pick up cords, put things where they're normally going to be. I've got everything kind of picked up. We'll see how it does. Now the neat thing about this is, these are so cool. That LiDAR navigation, you get a real-time view of it mapping your house. And there's the base station. There it is. There's the robot traveling at that angle. I think it's just, LiDAR navigation I think is so cool. And this Dreame app works really well. So it's going to go and map my entire house. I don't think it's going to take very long at all. Okay, that took about maybe 10 minutes. It was really quick, and it found its way back and redocked it. So,
Completed.
okay, let's walk through the app. This has popped up. We want to select rooms, zones. You just got to kind of, these are good informational notes. Oh, a new update. Confirm. So we got to update it.
Updating. Taking about 5 minutes.
We'll see.
Do not turn off.
Okay, that surprisingly did take 5 minutes. Okay, so now we have a map of our house. It's pretty accurate. I would have liked for it to go a little farther that way, I think. But sometimes you got to back out of these and go to device. Sometimes the map regenerates. Nope, that's it. So I would do another mapping run. Normally it does go back here a little farther. Okay, so now you're going to separate it in. It's got some rooms already divided, but we need to divide it even more. Map management. That's the current map. If you want multi-floors, you're going to select that. Okay, so to edit the map was a little different. Click map management. Now click the map that you want to edit. Now you can merge rooms. I'm going to split. So select this room. It adds a line. We can drag this line. I like to have the kitchen done separately. And hit split, and it should divide those into two different colors. And again, there's the docking station. That is accurate. Okay, now you're going to want to do this for all, different rooms. Now I'm going to rename. It's important to put a good name. That's the kitchen. It helps if you want to do the smart devices. So if you give it a name and you tell the smart, like the Amazon smart device or the Google smart device, you can tell it what room to clean. It'll go by these names. So this is important. And now we're going to add no-go zones. All right, that's good. You can rotate it if you want. Let's go back. So go all the way back to the home page. They're all a little different. So I'm back to the home page. Hit no-go zone. So I can do a virtual wall, which is a line, a no-go zone. I can put a no-mop zone. That's nice. I like to see that function. So let's put a no-mop zone. I know over here is, I know all of this is carpet. Right about to there. Let's do a no-go zone. So the red is the no-go zone. So I know over here, even I can put it in a no-mop zone. I know over here, nope, not anymore. I know right here it's going to struggle. There's a bunch of computer cables right there. So hit the check mark. Now your map shows no mop zones and no-go zones. That's really important. Let's add a virtual wall as a line. So you can move the line and it won't go past that line. There. Hit check mark. Now I got a virtual wall, no map, no mop. All right, now let's walk through the settings. Again, battery percentage, auto empty settings, cleaning settings. Let's do those first. So you can do 3 levels. You can do sweeping. Oh, you got to install the water tank. Let's install it. So again, I've got this all ready to go. You should be able to, in theory, I'm doing this one-handed, but just lift the robot up just a little bit and slide it on.
Water tank.
Yeah.
Water tank has been installed.
Yeah, it's installed. So just make sure it's kind of nice and flush around. And again, nice thing about this is it will not leak water. Okay, now we can do, oh, okay. It's smart. Okay, it will not let me do vacuum only because the mop pad's installed. So it can do only mopping, sweeping, and mopping. I like it. Strong, turbo uses a lot of battery. You can do quiet. We'll do standard. Volume, water volume, low, medium, and high. I like high. You can do a custom cleaning sequence. This is important. What rooms do you want to clean in one order? I want to click this one, then this one, then this one. That way when I hit start, it does them in that order. And I can move them accordingly. All right, so we did cleaning seconds. Let's do auto empty settings. Automatic dust collecting is on. Auto empty after the designated number of cleaning tasks. 1, 2, or 3. I'll leave it on 1. You can activate the auto empty from the app if you want to, but it's going to automatically auto empty when it's done vacuuming. All right, let's walk through the rest of the settings. The 3 little lines up here is going to get you a lot more. Device settings, time zone, I like that. Volume, I can turn it up or down or off. Notifications, carpet boost. While automatically turn maximum sight and recognizing carpet automatically. It is effective or starts working in a non-carpet. Yeah, so that was off. Again, I don't know how it's doing carpet boost. Child lock, resume and clean, that's important. Do not disturb is important. And 2200, that's 10 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning. So you can change those times, but that's an important setting. Schedule cleanup, this is very important. Put it on a schedule. That's the biggest thing I can tell people. You're not going to remember. You can do certain rooms on certain days. You know, it's pretty endless what you can do. Start time. So put it on a schedule. If it's bothering you, tell it to stop. It's easier to do that than to remember to go up there and hit the clean button. Clean history. Okay, we're going to take a look at the clean history after it cleans. That's going to give you a report. These are all the accessories. Filter, 150 hours. Probably won't make it to 150 hours. Typically, that seems too long. When they're cleaning my house, about once a month, I got to clean that filter. Brushes do make it. The main brushes do make it. And it doesn't tell you. It just says replace as needed the disposable bag. So remote control. I've never done remote control. Like you can move the robot with, I just locate robot. So if you lose it, hit that and it'll press that's just a name, feedback, device sharing, firmware, more settings. No, nothing there. All right, so we've done that. We've done that. We can do a room clean now. So pick which room you want to clean, like this one. Okay. Then I could pick, what do I want to do to that room? I want to do sweeping and mopping, standard, high, 1 cycle. I could do up to three cleans in that one room. So that's kind of neat. Patterns, daily mopping, deep mopping. So it's got a closer together pattern if you do deep mopping. So if you do have a big mess, change that to deep mopping. I'm going to be doing daily mopping. We can do all, we can do zone. It's going to make a little zone and you move this zone to wherever you want to clean. All, and there, now it doesn't look like there's any intelligent cleaning. Like there's no AI or let it figure out. You're going to pick the settings each time. Okay, so back on the home page. So if you hit the little back button, this is where you set up the smart devices. Click Me, Device Sharing. You can share this with other people. Voice control. This is where you share it with all the other devices. right it's back at the home page. So we got devices, and then you got me down here at the bottom. Okay, let's have it do a general clean. Let's do a room. This one. Again, I'm going to pick my settings, sweeping and mopping, standard, high, one pass, and then just hit start.
Start selected room cleaning.
Again, I've got the mopping pad installed, and we'll just monitor it as it goes. I'll do some testing later on. This is just a preliminary, get it to work. See how it works. This is the setup. And I like to show a little bit of it cleaning, because some people are like, when they're setting it up, they're like, ooh, I don't know if it sounds right. So after you set it up, I typically will put in there how it sounds when it's working. Now, I forgot to put a no mop zone where that carpet is. So that rug is part of the room. So it's just gonna go right onto that rug. So I should have, you have to figure things out as you go. So in the map, I'll put a no mop zone so that I can still tell it to do this room, and if the mop pad's installed, it will stay away from that carpet. There's the obstacle avoidance. It's okay with cords. So there, it's going right onto the carpet. So just keep that in mind. You know, I don't think I had it installed right. I thought that was a little bit of it. Yeah, I'm trying to do this one-handed. The water tank never.
Water tank has been installed.
It never clicked in. It's just hard to do one-handed. Let's take a look. So I didn't have that one clicked in. Sometimes you got to go in at the same time. So.
Water tank has been removed.
All right. See, now both are clicked in. It was just me. It was me. I didn't do a good job with one-handed. So if you've got both hands, it's a lot easier. So make sure that water tank is installed, or it will start to come up. But now, simply just press the start button. It'll locate itself because I lifted it off of its wheels. And I'm getting ready to do the EcoVax D-Bot N10 Plus vacuum and mop. So I'll be doing the unboxing, then I'll compare these two. These look very similar. And I like LiDAR because I like the apps like this. I can see in real time where it is on the map. That's the best, in my opinion. It'll update right where it's going. And I can change the settings on the fly. So let's say, see how I can boost the suction? I can change the water levelness. Can't change the cycles, no. Okay, so I paid $279 for this. It's on sale right now, so that's actually a really good price for a mopping. Now, it doesn't lift the mop pad up or down, but it's got a lot of smart features built in with the mapping and all that. So that might make up for not lifting the mop pad up and down. 4,000 pascals of suction. 4 levels of suction, auto carpet detection. I'm not sure how it's doing that auto carpet detection, but it did. You can leave the mop pad on while it auto empties. Multi-floor, 100. Now, it does say it has a really big battery in it, and it gives you 188-minute runtime. The battery was like 5,300 milliamperes. That was really big. So again, I'll put a link to this in the show description notes where you can purchase it using my link to Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you use my link, the product won't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can buy these robots and give you my honest review. And right now, my honest review, this is a really nice robot. Setup has been very simple. I love the map. I love the app. You know, Dreame has been around a while. Their app is actually really good. Their robots are good. I don't know a whole lot about customer service. I haven't had to deal with them. I mean, it hasn't stood out as being bad yet. So, but this is actually a pretty cool little robot. Yeah, look for my detailed review and my detailed comparison coming up on this one. $279, LiDAR navigation, auto empty base. It does mopping. You know, the floors are wet. Again, is this going to get muddy paw prints off the floor like that $800 or $900 Roborock Q-Revo Pro? No. It's for everyday dusting. Like if there's dust on your floor or, you know, just everyday mopping. Not the dog walked in with muddy paw prints and you're going to, oh, I got a robot and it's going to go clean that. It's just going to smear it. And then it has to capture the dirt into the mop pad, and you've got to put that mop pad in the wash to get the dirt off of it. All right, and we should get an auto empty event.
Start charging.
And it's not super loud either as far as the...
Auto empty.
Oops. I was wanting to see it do it, but it won't let me. And that's different how that's magnetic, but I think that's going to be okay. So I just started it again in the app. I would love to have been able to see it. Okay, there it is. There's the lines that it did. Looks pretty good. Let's go to the cleaning history. There it is. It shows us. We don't get a whole, I mean, I'm not expecting a whole bunch of information. You'd be surprised. Some of these cleaning reports on these expensive robots are very detailed. They show you all the obstacles, where the dirt was at. This is very basic, which I was expecting that, but it does give you the date and the time. So I like the basicness of this. For $279, that's still sinking in. That's actually a pretty good robot. So I've been reviewing this Shark. The Shark Detect Pro is just a vacuum. It was $450. So you can see, and setup was a little tricky, and it's been a little tricky using, but I'm going to be doing a detailed review on it. It's doing an okay job, but you can see that the price differences here. And the Shark Clean app is nowhere near like this. This is the standard. I consider LiDAR navigation standard. I consider no-go zones standard. I consider the different colored of rooms standard. I consider the map being on the front page standard. These are all standard things. When I say standard, these are what this is what I expect in my robot that I'm going to use all the time. This is what I want, because this is kind of what works. I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel a whole bunch, but seeing the map on your home page, extremely important in my opinion. LiDAR navigation, different rooms. I like the different colors, no-go zones, virtual walls. This is all, and then the good ones all do this. They do it in a different kind of way, but this is kind of what I consider the standard. Because I've found that this is easy to use. If your settings are buried, if your map is buried, you forget what room, like you forget what you labeled a room. Like iRobot doesn't show the map. You got to go in and look at the map in a setting. And so if you want to do a room clean, you're like, well, what did I call that room? Oh yeah, that's a little different. I mean, this is the standard. Like Shark, they show the map, but they don't, it's a little different. Shark's basic. I think the Shark app is okay. It's just so basic. I want a few more bells and whistles on it. Speaking of which, I'll just go right to it. Sorry. Might be better. It does give you a mission report. So there is the map. You know, and it does give me my names, and I can select. Here's the iRobot homepage. Again, the map, you have to go in and look at it. So when you want to start a clean, you got to remember. So it's just the little things. So be sure and check out I have 2 Facebook pages, a Facebook group page and a Facebook page. I do free giveaways there behind the scenes. I'm also on Instagram if you want to see just behind the scenes little snippets. I mean, yesterday I took a bunch of videos of Fiona doing different things. So Instagram, just a dad videos. I'm also on TikTok, short videos of how things are going. Again, I use links. So I am an affiliate with Shark, Ninja, Amazon, Walmart. And if I put a link underneath in my show description notes and you click on that link, it'll take you to their website and where you can purchase the product. The product won't cost you anymore, but I will get a small commission from you using that link. It is a way of helping support my channel. I want to continue to do these reviews of these vacuum cleaners, buying them with my own money, giving you a completely honest review. That has been so helpful, purchasing these with my own money, and I don't feel like I have to say anything about it other than what I feel. So I just created this big area here. We're going to do all kinds of robot vacuum cleaner testing. I've got about 6 robots, about 8 robots that I need to unbox, review, test. I put them up here. I'm always constantly putting stuff on the floor. Usually when I go upstairs for the night, I'll start one and it cleans while I'm upstairs watching TV. So then I can see how it's, if I come back the next day and is it on its base station? Is it stuck somewhere? It's a pretty big obstacle course down here. So they have to kind of be on their game to get a good job done down here. I'm working on a big video of, like, these are expensive robots. I'm going to tell you the best expensive robot. I'm going to tell you the best budget robot. I'm going to tell you the best $300 robot. I've got several robots. I've been doing lots of testing, lots of real world testing. Just how do these work? Do they get stuck? Do they clean? Is the water dirty? So lots of videos coming on robots with buying guides. Got the Dreame L20, I'm sorry. That's the EcoVex. We got lots of Roomba vacuum cleaners. Roomba just came out with a brand new one. I don't have it yet. It's going to look a lot like the J9 Plus with the auto refill base, but they're going to clean their mop pad, but I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not too excited about it because it seems like they haven't improved. They don't use LiDAR navigation, which I think everybody should be using LiDAR. That's a Roborock. They use LiDAR. And this was the robot. This is the Shark Blue, $177 open box. It's not brand new. $177. LiDAR navigation, auto empty base. That's incredible. And then typically this is the Shark White AI. It typically goes on sale for $300. LiDAR navigation, Eufy L60 with auto empty base. It's under $300 now. LiDAR navigation. I can't stress enough. Now this is the $1,200 Dyson. It does not have LiDAR. And they've done some software updates. I do have a 30-day real-world test in my house. It did okay. No one can beat their suction. So these all use like these little brush rollers, and they have suction there. Dyson technology is superior to everybody. They have the full-size brush roller, okay, and then they've got their it's probably patented, but it's like their vortex or their suction power that causes stuff not to stick to the filter but get compacted in there. It's just, I was absolutely blown away by how much this actually picks up. It just needs a little bit better navigation, which LiDAR, LiDAR is the way to go. You just don't have problems with it. Oh yeah, I just got the Eufy X Pro Omni LiDAR navigations on sale. And I got a Tenneco stick vac. Keurig just released a new K-Duo, so I'll be unboxing that. Shark Power Detect, gotta do a review on it. I'm starting to get some shelving here for my robots. LiDAR, 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 no LiDAR, iRobot. It uses some different technology. It's got a sensor on the front that I just don't think works very well. iRobot Essentials, no LiDAR navigation, no nothing. Just uses bumper technology. It's $250. Look what, this is $250 without an auto empty base and no map. That doesn't make sense. When that one I just showed you, the DreameBot D10S, I just did an unboxing, $279. LiDAR navigation, does mopping, has an auto empty base. And it has an amazing app that maps your house, and you can put no-go zones. Yeah, here's like the J7 with the mop. This is what the Roombas use, this sensor on the front. Oh, and they have a sensor that tracks movement. Somebody told me in the comments that this sensor here like tracks movement like a mouse. Like you move a mouse on a computer screen. Again, whoops, probably broke it. iRobots, I typically stay away from. They only have that sensor on the bottom. They don't have any sensor on the front. This is for docking and virtual walls. But boy, they sell a lot of these. This is the i3, there's the i5. This is $350. No mopping. The i5, sometimes it's $500, sometimes it's on sale for $400, $350 with mopping, but it's no good. It's because of the sensors. It's a good vacuum, and the auto empty is a little strange. It doesn't work the best sometimes, but the mopping, no. The mapping, no, not very good. I mean, LiDAR has got these Tycoms, $150, LiDAR navigation, you know, 150 bucks. It's actually pretty good. I got a video on it. And I'm needing help naming this room, this wall. Like, what is this going to be? You know, I don't want to use Vacuum Wars because that's another YouTube channel. He does an amazing job with vacuum cleaners and robots. I don't want to impede on his channel whatsoever, but this area is going to be like a competition. It's going to be my I'm really at a loss for words. If you could leave them in the comments, I would really appreciate it. But I want this to be like this is the playoffs. This is the vacuum who wins. I'm looking for like a trend, not a trendy word, but like a catchy phrase that I could be like saying it. Okay, let's go over to the robot competition area. But that doesn't sound very catchy. So again, I hope you're having fun. I'm having fun. I always keep my comments to the end, never during the video, never during the information. So I do appreciate you sticking around, listening to me talk about robots. It's been a fun journey. I'm learning something new every day on robots. And I've been doing robot vacuum cleaners now for probably 2 years. And it's only getting more intense because they're releasing robots now like crazy. So I'm trying to keep up, buying them with my own money. I can only budget so much every month for these robots. And then I've got to get the videos out and let people know and tell you what I think of them. But again, I do appreciate everybody using the links. I do earn a small commission if you use those links. And I just really appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like and subscribe. And again, thank you so much.